Good morning, everybody, and thank you all. Feeling gratitude for all of you in our lives and your support of our shade. Today we are focusing on gratitude, and I encourage you to keep a gratitude practice to try and end your day. I like to end my day thinking of 3 things that I feel grateful for, and make those quite specific. And I'm going to start today with a poem called Gratitude by Mary Oliver, who many of us love. And in the poem, she prompts a couple of questions, which might be useful prompts for us to use today and every day, asking ourselves the questions in our own lives. So perhaps close your eyes, drop your gaze, and just enjoy the richness of the beautiful images that she talks about in the poem. Gratitude by Mary Oliver. What did you notice? The dew snail, the low-flying sparrow, the bat on the wind in the dark, big-chested geese in the V of sleekness, the soft toad, patient in the hot sand, the sweet hungry ants, the uproar of mice in the empty house, the tin music of the cricket's body, the blouse of the goldenrod. What did you hear? The thrush greeting the morning, the little bluebirds in their hotbox, the salty talk of the wren, then the deep cup of the hour of silence. When did you admire? The oaks letting down their dark and hairy fruit, the carrot rising in its elongated waist, the onion, sheet after sheet, curved inward to the pale green wand. At the end of summer, the brassy dust, the almost liquid beauty of the flowers, then the ferns, scrawled black by the frost. What astonished you? The swallows making their dip and turn over the water? What would you like to see again? My dog, her energy and exuberance, her willingness, her language beyond all nimbleness of tongue, her recklessness, her loyalty, her sweetness, her strong legs, her curled black lip, her snap. What was the most tender? Queen Anne's lace with its parsnip root, the everlasting in its bonnets of wool, the kinks and turns of the tupperlow's body, the tall blank banks of the sand, the clam clamped down. What was most wonderful? The sea and its wide shoulders, the sea and its triangles, the sea lying back on its long athlete spine. What did you think was happening? The green beast of the hummingbird, the eye of the pond, the wet face of the lily, the bright puckered knee of the broken oak, the red tulip of the fox mouth, the upswing and downpour, the frayed sleeve of the first snow. So the gods shake us from our sleep. Be grateful.
Thank you, Nix. That was so beautiful. I love Mary Oliver. So yesterday, we kind of learned, let me just pin myself. We learned more and more about the significance of yesterday. We knew it as Remembrance Day and the 11th of November, which is always a significant date. But through the day, we started to come onto our radar how so many numerologists and spiritual traditions view the 11th of the 11/11/22 as one of the most significant days in the calendar, and a wonderful day for manifesting, and a perfect day for us to have hourly set the intention to receive and being open to receive. So it still is 11/11/22 somewhere in the world, and these sort of portals are open for a while. So we can continue with this, with our openness to receive. And I've always known that when I see 11/11 on my clock, on my phone, see a 11/11 sign or what, that it's God and his angels talking to me. So it's always a comfort. I always smile when I see that. So while we want to be open to receive, we also want to be grateful for what's already here. And this is one of the most powerful methods of manifesting, is in fact having a deep sense of gratitude for what we are manifesting as if it's already here. And we're going to do that this morning in our short practice. But neurons that fire together wire together. And so often we are walking down the street or driving, and when I say we, I mean me, and worrying and thinking about things and percolating, and these worries become more and more entrenched, and they colonize more and more of our headspace. And it's an inevitable and useful part of being human. We're hardwired to see the negative and to see the threat. That's our body's wired to hook into the negativity and the drama. And in fact, we often get quite a dopamine rush when there's drama, big news, something that's unsettling. You know, we kind of hook into the drama and the negativity. And in fact, on the brain scans, there's active areas that light up when we hear bad news. So we actually need to consciously wire the positive experiences into our headspace. And the research is showing that we need 3 to 5 positive experiences for every negative thing. And, you know, in South Africa, it's so easy to wire into the negative. It's around us all the time. We woke this morning to load shedding. It's dark, it's raining. You can go down this rabbit hole very quickly. But we really want to try and cultivate the gratitude and notice the tiny things during the day that are kind of nice. And we take an extra beat to sort of savor them. And in this way, we let the good land. And Robert Holden says that the real gift of gratitude is the more grateful you are, the more present you become, because we're so busy looking at what we're grateful for and pausing. And just like Mary Oliver's poem said, just noticing these beautiful moments that can pass us by so quickly and easily. Oh, wow. John Marie says it was her husband's birthday yesterday. He turned 11 + 11 + 22, 44. Oh my gosh. Well, that is, the numerologist would have a field day with that. And it's very lucky. I can't imagine that could be anything but a huge blessing. So happy birthday to him, and may it be a wonderful year for him. So we're just going to start with a deep breath, a few deep breaths. Oh, sorry, just to finish on this, the HeartMath Institute, and we're going to do a little bit of a HeartMath practice now. And we're really going to keep it short, because the desire is to show you how we can do this in any moment of any day, and it doesn't take up a long meditation. But the HeartMath Institute, you can even go onto their website. They talk so much about heart rate coherence and coming into this state of heart coherence where everything just works better physiologically, emotionally, our intuition. They have a little sensor that called an inner balance sensor, which helps to train us to get into this. But we can do it without that. And I mean, it's a wonderful tool to have. So I encourage you to look up the HeartMath Institute. It's something that we should be teaching in schools, along with normal math, the HeartMath. So just stretching up, taking a deep breath in, stretching up on the inhale, and then settling with a nice long exhale. And as we do, stretching up on the inhale and settling with a nice long exhale, right there is letting the good land. Feeling the diaphragm relaxing, and that feeling of, oh, I don't have to work right now. I don't have to do anything right now. I can just sigh. So a delicious sigh out, letting the good land. And so let the good land is our mantra here, a reminder phrase to come back to during our little meditation. And often it's the subtle stuff, like this feeling of settling during a meditation and on the out breath. Or maybe it's just the sensation of having a body, of being flesh and bone, and just actually noticing, perhaps I like being here. I like being in this body. I like being a mammal. Settling in, getting creaturely. Noticing what other subtle good things are here for us. The sensation of our breath. Silky on the inhale and perhaps relaxing on the exhale. It's not a high drama kind of pleasant experience, but it is kind of nice. So let's linger here for a bit. Letting the good land. Maybe there's a tingly feeling of aliveness somewhere in your body. Shivering along the skin, perhaps in your fingers or toes. Just staying there for a moment. Or moving around. It's up to you, but just going slow and lingering and just absorbing the pleasantness of this moment. And then settling in our heart space. And breathing in and out directly into our heart space as if there's a funnel in and out. The color, the texture, the light. What feels good to you? Comforting, nourishing, beautiful. And bringing a feeling of gratitude to this heart space for this moment, for our bodies, for our breath. And as we do, just noticing the settling in our heart space, this rhythm, the coherence that is forming. Knowing that this is here for us always to come back to, and we can access it through our breath and through gratitude. Letting the good stuff land. So as we move through our day, as we have a sip of our coffee, just connecting in this heart space for a moment, letting the good stuff land. As we hug our child or a friend, as we smile at the teller, as we see a miraculous sky or hear the rain. Just consciously bringing it into our heart space and just breathing a few breaths as we enshroud that moment in our heart space and let the good stuff land. There's always something, the sun settling on our face, the light shining through the trees. And these small few things add up, and this is the very basis of enlightenment, the bricks and mortar of changing our brains bit by bit. As Rick Hansen says, if you take care of the minutes, the years will take care of themselves. So when you're ready, gently opening your eyes, taking in the colors, the lights, the world around you, the names and faces on the screens, and let the good land. And then Didi is going to finish with another poem for us.
Good morning, everyone. So the poem says, "Dare to be." When a new day begins, dare to smile gratefully. When there is darkness, they to be the first to shine a light. When there is injustice, they to be the first to condemn it. When something seems difficult, they to do it anyway. When life seems to beat you down, they to fight back. When there seems to be no hope, they to find some. When you're feeling tired, they to keep going. When times are tough, they to be tougher. When love hurts, they to love again. When someone is hurting, they to help them heal. When another is lost, they to help them find the way. When a friend falls, they to be the first to extend a hand. When you cross paths with another, they to make them smile. When you feel great, they to help someone else feel great too. When the day has ended, they to feel as you've done your best. They to be the best you can be at all times. They to be, by Steve Maraboli.
Thank you, Didi. That's beautiful. So we'll post these poems onto the Telegram group. And today, as we enter our last day of doing our Melissa Challenge, hourly if we can, when we can, just inviting a sense of gratitude, and in that moment, pausing to really absorb something around you that you have gratitude for. And we would love to hear some of your experiences of this week, and some of the experiences only land a few weeks later, when I got my tax return back, I realized that was, and I owed now R3.43 instead of 34,000. I realized that had been something I'd created during the Melissa Challenge, or that I'd been supported with. And so we'll keep the group open. We'd love you to share as and when things come up for you. But we wish you a blessed and light-filled day with your Melissa, whatever other oil you choose to use. Namaste, and thank you for joining us. From Sally, I know Sal couldn't join us this morning, Sal, Nix, Didi, and myself. You're welcome to unmute and say something, or just to drop off. And yeah.
Thank you very much. It was a lovely session.
Thanks, John Marie. It's been lovely having you.
Thanks, Nikki, Didi, Nikki, and Sal. I can't undo my video. I'm on my phone. I'm sorry about that. But it's always lovely to connect. And yeah, I've taken a lot from this. But so go well, and thank you.
Thank you so much.
Thank you very much, Nikki, for taking the time to give us this wonderful gift. And I've really enjoyed it. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Sheila. It's been lovely having you. And it's as much of a gift to ourselves as to you all. I think we've all got so much out of it too. And so thank you for being part of this community and supporting us and doing this. Thank you, Carmel.
Thanks.
Thanks, Sheila. Yeah, thanks, Carmel, for your chat message.
Well done, Nikki and team.
Thanks, Mum.
Sure, you've given your hearts, and well done. So, and now is it time for a little break?
Yes.
Okay, and deep breaths. So thank you for everything you've given. So take care.
Thank you. Take care.
Bye.
Love to you. Bye.